Kelsey, and I am so glad that you're here at my channel. Today we are doing a super fun video. If you know anything about me, you know that I am a mildly to super obsessed Swiftie, and I have picked 7 books and paired them with 7 of my favorite Taylor Swift songs today. I'm gonna share a little bit about the book and why I put it with the song that I did, because I think this is just such a fun, exciting little thing to do, and I thought it would be fun to share 7 of my favorite songs as well as 7 of my favorite books. So the first one that I picked off my shelf is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. If you haven't read this book, you are missing out. It is one of the cutest, sweetest, most rom-com-y books. Liz and Wes are probably one of my favorite couples that I've read this year. You really can't go wrong with this book. It is so stinking cute. And I paired it with You Belong With Me. It is the perfect song for this book. They're neighbors, they're high school sweethearts. He is trying to win her instead of her trying to win him. They have this little rivalry going on in the book, and they're kind of fighting over a parking spot, and she's trying to she ends up using Wes to try to get with another high school guy, and he realizes that he's madly in love with her. And oh my gosh, the prom scene kiss in this at the end. Oh my gosh, it's such a cute book, and it totally fits the You Belong With Me. Won't you see that I'm the one who understands you? Been here all along, so why can't you see? You belong with me. Vibe. It totally fits that. And so that's where I put this one. This is a must-read book if you haven't already read this one. The next book I picked was Reckless by Lauren Roberts, and I picked Bad Blood. And here's the thing. If you haven't read this book, what are you doing? The Powerless and Reckless were 2 books that I recently finished, and I can't believe that I hadn't read them sooner. My bad for not reading them sooner. You need to go and run and read these. And then the 3rd one in the trilogy comes out in April. April cannot get here soon enough for these books, but I picked Bad Blood for this because these 2 characters have every single reason in the book to hate each other, because now they got bad blood. They used to be in mad love, because in the first book they kind of had a love affair, and yeah, they have every single reason to hate each other in this book, and yet the angst and the tension and oh my gosh, this is this series has 0 spice in it. 0 spice in it. Yet, and I'm a spicy book girl, okay? I like me some spicy books. Yet I could not put this book down. I could not put this book down. The tension that Lauren Roberts weaves in this book is book crack. There's gotta be crack in these pages. I can't explain it to you other than there has to be, because this was so good. And again, I paired it with Bad Blood. One of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. If you know, you know. Next, I have So Long London. And So Long London is off of the new album. And if you have read Magnolia Parks, you know that the entire last scene of this book is that song. I'm not convinced that she didn't write that song for Joe. She wrote that song for this book. I'm not sure I'm convinced, because the entire last scenes in this book are so perfectly fitted to So Long London. Literally, the last entire 67th chapter of this book is I swear to you that song. Okay? This book literally has the most toxic characters I've ever read in a book. I don't think you'll get more toxic than BJ and Magnolia, but the ending of this book tore my heart out and ripped it in 2. And then you got to get through the entire rest of the series, which is right here. And then by the time, well, they go this way. And then by the time you get to this book, By the time you get to this book, this is one of my top books of all time. This is a God tier book for me right here. This one, I'll actually pull it off the shelf. This one right here is a God tier book for me. This is a God tier book for me, but you have to put in work to get to that. To like the work you put in, and the work starts with Magnolia Parks. These are the art cover books, this one, and then I have all the shoe covers because I'm weird like that. But you put in work with this couple, and they are toxic as shit. Like, so freaking toxic. Like Chuck and Blair, but even worse than Chuck and Blair from Gossip Girl. Like, I can't even begin to like explain the toxicity of these two, but yet somehow it works, and somehow you need them to be together, and somehow like everything is, it's probably the best series that I've read this year. And I need, like, if you haven't read Magnolia Parks, and there's a lot of triggering things that happen in Magnolia Parks, there's a lot of triggering things that, for me, even like, there were things that I was like, what the hell? Like, but you need to read, everybody needs to read Magnolia Parks. Everybody needs to ask themselves, how's the weather? At least, like, you just do. Everybody needs to know BJ and Mags. Like, they just do. So long, London, and Magnolia Parks. The next one on my list, I'm double checking my list, was Anti-Hero. And I paired that with the Addicted Calloway books. So the first one, which is Addicted to You, I would really pair it with the whole series, but we're only pairing it with one book right now. And that would be Lily and Lo, because Lily and Lo are the epitome of an anti-hero. They're a sex addict and an alcoholic. Like, you can't get more anti-hero. Who are you rooting for? And when they're asking, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Well, yeah, Lily. Yeah, Lo, you are the problem. It really is you. But this is the start of one of the greatest adventures in reading that I went on this year. And meeting literally the Addicted Calloway gang they are fantastic. Like, Lily and Lo and Reich and Daisy and Connor and Rose, like, I cannot be able to explain to you this gang and the way that they have stolen a piece of my heart. There are 10 books in this series, and the development of Lily and Lo over this series, but the fact that at the beginning of the series, they are such a freaking broken mess. And that's what Anti-Hero is your broken mess, right? Like, problem, hi, I'm a problem at tea time. Everybody will see, well, yeah, everybody sees in this book. Like, everybody sees the broken messes that Lily and Lo are. And they are horrible, broken messes in this book at the beginning of the series. Like, broken messes. And so, rooting for the anti-hero, right? Like, and at the beginning of the series, you're like, why am I rooting for them? They are not the heroes. Like, they can't be the heroes. But they are the heroes, right? They're the anti-heroes. They're the heroes of their story. You're not the one, you're not sure who, like, why would you be rooting for an alcoholic and a sex addict? But you're going to spend 10 books right here with them, rooting for them, being on their side, being on their team, wanting to see them succeed. When they succeed, when you get to points in their lives that things happen, you're going to be so enamored with them and in love with them that you're going to want to see them grow, succeed, be the best that they can be. Like, you're rooting for the anti-hero. It's fantastic. This is such a good book. Great series. Next is My Tears Ricochet. And a lot of people are like, oh, she's going to pick the Colleen Hoover book because it was in the movie. Absolutely not. I'm going to pick American King. I really want to pick a specific scene that's in this book that it makes me think of. My Tears Ricochet makes me think of Ash and Embry's relationship, specifically from when Embry leaves him at the White House at the end of American Prince to the time that they reconcile here in this book before the last debate. That song breaks my heart, and their relationship breaks my heart. This is my favorite series of all time. If you've been around my channel for any length of time, you know that I am obsessed with this series. You know that Ashger and Embry are my favorite book characters of all time. You know that Embry is my favorite book boyfriend of all time. hard stop. You know that they're my Roman Empire. Nothing will compare to this series. And To My Tears Ricochet by Taylor Swift. In that moment where she's like, you used to say that I was brave for standing up to you. There's literally a moment in this book, in this pages of crack, where Embry says something similar to Ash, where he says, you used to think I was brave for standing up for you, but yet tonight when we were on the debate stage, you wiped the floor with me, and I'm here, and I did my best, and my best is not good enough. Like, I can't, yeah. That song and this book are meant to be, that song and this couple. I wouldn't even necessarily say this book, because I don't think this book necessarily and that song, the plot of this book necessarily goes with it, but that couple, that Embry and Ash and this song. Yeah. So that song and Embry and Ash go together. Like they just, the heartbreak and the intensity of them and the heartbreak and intensity of that song just mesh together so well. Next, I want to do, which one do I want to do next? I want to do Everything Has Changed. It is the Ed Sheeran song with Taylor Swift. Who doesn't love Ed Sheeran? And I picked The Unwanted Marriage by Katerina Mora. And here's why. You might be like, this is an arranged marriage. These two have been arranged to be married, Faye and Dion. They've been arranged to be married since they were children. And why did you pick that song? That Everything Has Changed. Because here's the thing. These two, the more time they spend together, the more I just want to know, you want to know, you want to know, you want to know, you wow. The more time they spend together and get to know each other, the more they fall in love. The more that they see in each other all the things that their moms, who both passed away before this book started, saw in them that wanted them to get married. That's who arranged their marriage, was their moms who passed away. And it's perfect. The more that they see those things unfold, the more that they get to know each other, the more they fall in love, the more that there opens up. Everything has changed. Everything is sweet, and there's just this innocence, and there's this openness that comes with knowing your partner and knowing what's like. And I feel like this book really conveys that in a way that it just melts my heart. Faye and Dion are one of my favorite couples of this series. This is the Windsor Brothers series. It's one of my favorite series of all time, by Katerina Mora. All the Windsor boys, they melt my heart. They just melt my heart, those Windsor boys. And oops, and Dion is no exception. And then the last one that I have for you is Sparks Flies. And I paired that with Summer of Broken Rules. And here's why. Summer of Broken Rules is the story of Meredith as she's trying to navigate the loss of her sister and falling back in love after she lost her sister. And the line that goes, meet me in the pouring rain. Meet me on the sidewalk. Take away the pain. That just made me think of this song, because he brings her so much joy in the midst of her pain. And he brings her that she has pain from the loss of her sister. She has a lot of it and deals with a lot of it throughout the book. But he brings her sparks and fireworks and excitement, and he brings her back to life throughout this book. And Meredith is really struggling with that when she comes to the beach. And through their game of assassin, they just have a really good time, and she gets to be brought back to the person that she was. So those are my 7 Taylor Swift songs and my 7 books. So until next time, friends, if you have ideas for videos, leave them below in the comments. But until next time, friends, bye-bye.